Okay, you're live. Thank you very much. Let's hope it stays that way. G'day, good evening, good morning. How yous all going? Welcome to me live Super Chat Q&A. This is episode 22. Be sure to check out my links in the description below because I'd like you to know I have an art group page. Those of you who do not know that, you're more than welcome to hit the link there. Come across and request to join, and either myself or the admin will help you get into the group. There's one for my content of videos. Okay, I've got to turn this off now. And where are we? Just to see how many videos I have in my YouTube catalogue. Okay, and some people know what I got and some people don't know what I have. Okay, I'll just turn that one on silent. There we go. Now I want to bring up your chat here so I can see what everyone's doing and saying. Okay, here we go. So at the moment we've got 22 people watching, and we've got Joanne Collis. G'day Joanne, how are you? We've got Grey Scales. G'day Anthony, how you doing, Cobber? Sula's Creations and Melissa Carver. Hello from Florida. G'day from Florida. You're coming all the way here to Perth, Western Australia to me. Celeste Watson. How you going, Celeste? Yeah, I was notified this time. Hi there, Marilyn Lynch. Good stuff. Some people are having trouble with their notifications, and at the end of the day, it always turns out to be the most simplest thing, and you haven't activated notifications for that particular app, or you are not signed into that particular app at the time. Hi everybody. Barb, g'day Barb. Robert, no, Robert. Bonjour, Robert. Jamie Duke, g'day Jamie Duke. Okay, now while we're waiting for the room to fill up, I'm going to go across. Where are we? YouTube links. I've already got them, but I'll just double check. I'll copy and paste them because I want to put them in the description below. So for those people who are watching the replay here, you can. I better go to another one, otherwise I'll lose your chats. You can. The links will be in the description below, and yes, you can go in there and hit the appropriate link for you. We've got this one, we've got this one. So, and if you're watching the live now, the links won't be there unless you refresh your page. So I'll just put the links in there, paste, and I went live just previously, but for some reason there was a technical glitch. I put all the details in there and I had to start again, so I just shortened the title, but now I'm going to type it in fully. Friday night live Q&A. Whatever. Super chat Q&A episode 22. Thank you very much. And don't forget, this is a super chat. Those people who like to support content in super chats, there's a little $sign in the bottom of the comments area. It's only there for super chat, but if you are watching the replay, there is a donate link in the description below, because some people like to support creators like myself and others, and some people don't need to, they don't have to, but it's a feature that's there for us creators to take advantage of. Okay, pretty easy. Now I'm going to, where are we? I'll get to some more acknowledgements. My microphone set in, so let's do a few checks while we're waiting for the room to fill up. Is my sound okay? I've got a mirror there where I can see the reflection, and the image is coming across very clearly. Okay, Katie Coyne, freezing in Scotland. I was not able to stay concentrated on your live feed. Sorry to hear that, Heather, but good to see you too. Hello, Angela Young. Hello, Angela Young. Greetings from Virginia. Scott McDonald. Janice Burns. G'day, Janice Burns, my lovely. How are you? Bev Sewers, g'day Bev Sewards. Coming through perfect. Thank you, Angela. It's coming through good. Sound and visuals and audio coming through great. Very good morning, everybody. Barry Redburn. G'day, Barry Redburn. Good to have you on board again. Those of you who don't know Barry Redburn, he lives in my country and in the same state as me. He's probably my closest follower that I probably know of to me. He's about 4 hours drive away from me north. He lives in Geraldton, Western Australia. Barry Redburn, the Gero Dero, he likes to call himself. I refresh, I see Ian. Thank you, Angel Jackson. You could see the links in the description below. We are watching from North Carolina. Your video is very interesting and so informative, says Christine Taylor. Thank you very much for the feedback. Love the feedback. I'm just waiting for the room to fill up, so we're just getting everybody to say hello and get familiar with who I am. And when it gets going, then we can get rocking and rolling. And this show goes for about an hour, but sometimes it dribbles over an hour, all right? So if there's nothing on telly and there's too many repeats on Netflix, tune in every Friday night live. I'm here at this time every week, something different every week. And there might be the odd week that it gets missed out, but generally it's here every week, all right? Having a great evening and hope everyone is joining us tonight, says Yamaha. Carol Polson. Hello everybody from Chicago and Milwaukee, along Lake Michigan. Okay, these American names, Michigan, Milwaukee and Chicago. Michigan, Mercy Harvey, Bruce Anderson. G'day Bruce Anderson, how are you? Thank you, Mr. Ian, for teaching us to paint step by step. You're very welcome, Miguel. That's what it's all about. I've had people contact me as well, and sometimes they feel, I'm sorry to bother you, but I just want to put it out there. Don't ever feel sorry you're bothering me, okay? That's what I'm here for. That's what creators like me put ourselves out there for, to help you. And if you want to contact us, feel free to contact us. And if I'm free at the time, I can get back to you straight away. I'm here to help you, okay? I'm not here just to be popular. I'm here to help you, okay? So just remember that, and don't ever feel you're asking too many questions, all right? Because I myself like to teach beginners and advanced painters, and whatever knowledge I can pass on to you, that's what it's all about, and that's what I'm like to do. All righty then. Where are we else? William Davis, hello from Indiana, USA. Thank you very much. Barbara Mendes, hey all. Don't forget to give the thumbs up. There you go. Yes, we've got about 53 in here now. So let's give some thumbs up for a second. It takes 1 second to do that. Birmingham, Alabama is Heather Dormer. Mary Smith, love the cityscape live. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's a couple of paintings I did here. Be sure to check the links in the description below, because I like to sell my YouTube tutorial paintings. And the good thing about it is when you purchase one, you can actually go back to the tutorial and watch the thing being created, eh? It's fascinating. And they come with a label on the back so you know exactly which tutorial it is. And you just hashtag the number and my name, Ianapolis, in the YouTube search bar, and you'll find that particular video tutorial, all right? Katie Coyne, g'day Katie Coyne. Still not put up a paint canvas, but I think this week I'll get it done. Wish me luck. Okay, Katie Coyne, we'll wish you luck there. And don't you worry about my health, my love. I am fine, fit as a fiddle, happy as Larry. Sometimes I might look tired or docile, but that's just part of life. But I'm fine. 53 people, 16 likes, thumbs up. Yes, thank you for that, Angela. Give him a bit of a kick up the bum, eh? Robert Dunner. G'day, Robert Dunner, all the way from Paris, France. I'm a fan of your classes. Thank you very much, and I have good progress thanks to you again. I love the feedback there, Robert Dunner. All the way from Paris, we get people from Egypt, all over the corners of the globe here. It's fascinating and fantastic. Bonjour, Robert. Marilyn Pierce, good luck, Katie. And Judy Hermes. Hello from Eloy, Arizona. Are you giving me, oh, sorry, forgive my reading. I'm not the greatest reader, as a lot of you may already know by now. You are giving me the courage to put up paint and brush, hopefully come up with something I'm happy with. That's what it's all about. I love teaching people. Some people I can get to and teach, and some people they just like to watch it, and they're unknowing to themselves are learning at the same time as well. Thank you, Katie Coyne. I was just that you mentioned during your live chat you were going to... Oh, that was a while back, appendix pain, but it wasn't appendix pain. Hello, Lisa White. Barbara Mendes. Ian is the man, very committed. Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much. Now, in my live Q&A shows, like I said, this is a super chat. So I like to encourage those people who can to send in a super chat donation in the link in the thing below there. It helps me out. I've got I always like to acknowledge my patrons, and Ali Johnson jumped on board my Patreon channel last time I checked it out. So thank you very much for supporting my content there. Ali Johnson, sorry, did I say Jackson? I can't remember now. Johnson, Ali Johnson. Like there is a link to my art group page there, and be sure to, if you're not a member, request to be a member. If you are a member, what have I got here? Just be sure, if you're using other people's photos or artists' photos or whoever, just be sure to credit that person's work in your rendition of their work, okay? When you're putting up the post, it's just a courtesy there. And I love the way you're already doing it, but you're supporting each other, you're having fun, and don't be shy to post pictures of yourself. I love to see who's on my group, and I'm sure other people do as well, okay? And just remember, get familiar with the announcements there. There are rules and regulations there. And, you know, there's just no religious content, no political content, and it's not a marketing platform, okay? Oh, we've got a few donations here. I'd just like to acknowledge those people there. Thank you very much. Yamaha Jackson, thank you very much, my love. Cyber hugs and kisses to you, my darling. Barbara Mendes. Oh, cyber hugs and kisses to you, my darling. Oh, and the lovely Beverly Sowers. Mwah. Thank you very much, Beverly Sowers, Barbara, and Yamaha. Oh, love yous all. Thank you for your support there. Robert, he does. William, Robert, he does. The links after the show. Angela, okay, Robert, the links are there, but if you've watched me from the beginning, refresh the page and then they will be there, okay? So that's just a bit of a glitch that happens. If you already started watching it before I put them in there, they won't be there at your end, but they are there eternally. And you need to refresh your page and it'll show the links in the description below. Thank you very much, Peggy Foss. You enjoying my shows. Sheila Jones. G'day, Sheila. How you going, Sheila? Hi, Ian. Can you tell me why you wear purple gloves when you paint? I think it was the last 1 or 2 videos I did. I just did explain why, but obviously not everybody can catch what I get out there. I get to paint on my hands a lot. I'm sick of paint getting into my fingernails and cracks because I work out on the outside as a trade and my hands are not there. They've got cracks in that. And when paint and grease or dirt gets in them, it's a mongrel to get out. So I wear the gloves. And also now, because I'm filming, it's also a part of my character. It's a visual thing. So that's why I wear my gloves, my love. Hello, says Selena Davis. G'day, Selena Davis. Do you sell your work? Yes, I do, Robert Dana. All my paintings are for sale. There is a link in the description below and it'll show you my painting, my art for sale, what is available there. These are just a couple here that I've done live the other day. But anyway, all my paintings are for sale. They're payable through PayPal link, okay? And you can watch the tutorials that I make from all my on my YouTube channel. It's all free content out there. And if you do buy one of my paintings, like I said before, you can click on the video and watch the actual thing being created years to come laterwards after you've purchased it or something. And they do come with a personalised photograph of myself and your painting, and it's autographed, so you get that along with your painting as well. I send that through to you, and it's something you can print out and put on the wall as a separate item, or just stick it to the back of your painting. William Davis, Barry Redburn, he wears gloves because he's a wuss. Yeah, I'm a wuss. I'm a bloody wuss, says Barry Redburn. Being a beginner, I put paint on Ian's paintings. Is that, hang on, being a beginner, if I put paint on Ian's paintings, is that plagiarism? I don't know what you mean there, because all these questions are going up and it's making my mind go 100 miles an hour. Being a beginner, if I paint one of Ian's paintings, oh no, I think I know what you mean. My tutorials are there for you to paint. You paint a rendition of one of my tutorials, but you sign it with your name on it because it's your painting, okay? So you are welcome to copy the painting that I did, like the subject. There is a notice in my YouTube videos, you'll notice, do not copy or duplicate. That means do not copy or duplicate the video file. Like, do not download it onto your computer and then upload it somewhere else as your video. That's what I don't like. But the actual painting subject, you copy my style, you copy the subject, you paint it, you sign it. That's what it's all about. And all tutorials out there would have to expect that their paintings, if they're showing them out there on the internet, they're going to be copied or someone else is going to do a rendition of them. You're more than welcome there, Robert. I think it was Robert. No, William Davis. Tabitha Williams. Sheila Jones keeps his hands clean. Yeah, it keeps my hands clean as well. Katie Coyne, Lowell, purple gloves or they blue gloves, Lowell Barry Byrne. He's a roofer, he wears gloves to paint. I even wear gloves on the roof now because your hands can get damaged so easy and you don't realise just how important your feet and your hands are until you've hurt something or damaged them. And then you think, wow, all that time I was taking them for granted. So I try and look after my hands and my feet. Okay, who we got there? We got William Davis. Karen McHenry. Got my thing in the way there. Some of these questions. Oh, we got another donation there, did we? Oh no, where are we? I've lost. Yes, we have. I want to thank you, Peggy Hester. Cyber hugs and kisses to you, my love. Gary Moore, thumbs up to you, Gary Moore. Thank you very much for your donation. And the lovely, beautiful Katie Coyne, thank you very much for your donation there on this live super chat. Janice Burns, Black Indiana, lived in Eckhart. Okay, Columbus, people are talking to each other, which is good. I'm just trying to see if someone needs something answered here. Thank you, Janice. Can I wash acrylic down my sink? It's probably not a good thing to do, but it is water based and it does break down in water. I've got my sink that's not connected to the sewer. That's just connected to a thing underground because my studio is on stumps, and that just goes out a pipe onto the ground there, and then it's hardly built up yet, but if I'm imagining it's just going to build up glunk and then I can pick it up and dispose of it properly. It's just water based anyway, it's non-toxic. So, but yeah, probably so long as it's diluted down, it's not thick gluggy acrylic paint. I wouldn't know though. Wouldn't even want to be responsible for answering that question. So where are we? I've lost some more questions here. Oh yeah, Gary Moore. So that was from Gary Moore. Can I wash acrylic paints down my sink? I wouldn't recommend it, okay, unless it's really watered down and you need to. But yeah, I don't even need to answer that. William Davis, on the roof. So you are a roofer? Yes, I'm a roofer. Hello, Anthony, says Yamaha. Your voice is so calming, says Rhonda Fulmer. Thank you very much, Rhonda. Great to get feedback like that. Yamaha saying he's a roof walker. Oh, we've never used the word roof walker term before, but I suppose it's one you can use. My coffee's going a bit cold. Rhonda, Yamaha watches me from work. There you go. I better move this out the way. Sheila Jones, I could listen to you talk all day. Love your accent and love your tutorials. Thank you very much for that feedback there, Sheila. You're a top Sheila. Over here we call women Sheilas. There you go. And any Sheilas are over tonight? Going down the pub to pick up a couple of Sheilas, eh? That's what we call women over here. You may know that, you may not, but I'm putting it out there anyway. And you're a top Sheila. Thank you for liking my voice. H.E. Ian, can metallic acrylic be mixed with regular acrylic? Yes, why not? I think it can. I've never tried it, but give it a go. And if it works, well, then it does. But if it don't, well, you know it won't work. But I've only used a metallic acrylic paint. Is that what you're saying, metallic? On this actual gold zebra, this gold was metallic, but I had to put a few layers on it. I wasn't a fan of it, but yes, I do have some there. Hey Ian, you need to add Steve into your personalised photos. He's such much part of your paintings. In my personalised, yes, I suppose I can, but it's just a matter of getting around to it. But thanks for the feedback. I'll look into that. Selena Davis, Sandra Glazier, love your colourful paintings. Thank you very much. Angela Young saying be sure. Oh, not because he paints sits at the bottom will clog the drains. Not good for the environment. Yes, it's not good for the environment, says Angela Young. Karen McHenry, I'm having trouble with your clouds, with waves and clouds. Any suggestions? The only thing I can suggest is practice them. You need to practice. It just comes down to that P word, practicing. And watch, if you like the way I'm doing it, watch them over and over a few times and practice it until you feel you're getting the grasp of it. Find out what brush is going to work for you, what paint structure or flowing paint's going to work for you, and what surface is going to work on you. There's a lot of dependencies in there that are going to make it happen. For me, I've got some brushes I've got to get to because I've got a question from the lovely Beverly Sowers that wants answered later. It comes to surface, paint, brushes, practicing and technique, how you're going to do it, okay? And I'm going to get to that later when I show my brushes, all right? Not my brushes, but the brushes I use. And I use a cloth tooth canvas. I use Flow soft body paint, Retarder, and good quality artist paint, and then the brushes that I'm going to show you later on. And that's how my paintings work for me and how I get the finish I look. And you might like my paintings or you might think they're absolute snot and you don't like them, but that's up to the individual, all right? Now, Steve's coming in. Steve, come here, mate. Whoever was asking about Steve, hopefully I'll get him up here. Come on, he's pretending he's hungry. G'day, mate. People haven't seen you live ever, mate, hey? You want some mangiare, huh? Mangiare bombare? Hey? Do you know what Daddy's doing? Hey? Well, you're 3 years old now, aren't you, hey? You lovely man. You are the man. You are the man. Yeah, he's the man. Okay, what do we got? How are you? Must have a lot of... Gary Moore. Must be a lot of Whoosies out there. Grew up in the Fort Wayne. I'm not sure what that one... That's probably talking to somebody else. Thank you, Ian. Absolutely love your paintings. The waves look really hard. That's because you probably haven't given yourself enough practice and you feel intimidated from it. But believe me, practicing, you can conquer anything. And sometimes it takes a lot of practice, a shitload of practice, or just an average amount of practice, depending on your ability and your eagerness as well. And be confident in your work, all right? Beverly Sowers saying, Steve, hi Kate, great, thank you. Meow Steve, big boy now. I remember he was such a kiddie. Yes, use cheap brushes or expensive brushes just for fun. Yeah, they don't have to be expensive brushes, they can be cheap. Ian, is your blending brushes rough, smooth? What texture is for blending? Steve, hello. Sheila Jones, Yamaha, Steve got out there. Michael DeBorgos. Hi Ian, g'day Michael, how are you? Janice Burns, hello Steve, looks Pee-wee. Thank you Janice. Angela Young, thank you for joining us. All right, I'm going to get on to some questions now because that's what this is all about. So, like I said, Beverly Sowers, if you ever have a question you want to get to on my live shows, send them to Ange Young. She's one of the admin girls in my art group page. Send any question you have and it gets read out in my live show, okay? They get passed on through to me from Ange Young. All right, and this question is from the lovely Beverly Sowers. Question this evening. When Ian did a forest painting recently, forest and path recent painting, I think I know the one you're on about. I'll just grab it because I should have had that ready as well. That was a live painting I think you're talking about, Bev. This one here, it's a small version of some of the live ones. And you did the foliage bushes, which I'm assuming are these ones here. They're bushes. Then I can show you the brushes. So slow down on your questions because I can't read them at the moment. I have researched for endless days and cannot locate Pacific brushes like he used to make those bushes. The only thing I came close to was only Bob Ross brush for oils only. And can't use that because water will ruin the bristles. So if Ian will please show the brushes he used and placed and tell us what he's called, what size, so I can try to find. So she virtually, in a nutshell, Beverly Sowers wants to know what brushes I used in this tutorial to get these bushes. Okay, now I can look back over here. How many hours do you paint per week? I might get 1 or 2 tutorials done a week, or maybe none a week. I don't paint that much during the week. Like last week I did these 2. I did this one in the morning and this one in the evening. Okay, that was in one day, but I hadn't painted probably a whole week before that because I'm just busy with life and work and my garden and my pets and managing my house and things like that. Anyway, back to this question. Angela Young, Ian may miss your questions. Yes, thank you for that, Angela. Karen McHenry, thank you very much. Cyber hugs and kisses to you, my darling, for your donation there. Thank you. Now, Beverly Sowers, let me show you. I'll put that there. I go to the hardware store. The way I blend, I buy a 2-inch brush. All right, there it is there. That's what they roughly look like when they're brand new. That's just a prop for me office I use there. Now, these are the same brushes, different colour handles, but they've been used and used it over and over. That's a 2-inch, and this one's probably a 1.5-inch. Now, I use these for blending. Now, that one you saw me doing these foreground shrubs was this one. Now, it just turned out going that way. See the end of it, it's all flared out. And you can look at some of your old brushes and you can see the shape of bushes and shrubs on there. And you can use that to paint them. So that is what I used. I got it on there in a way so I know when I'm putting, I mean, they're basic bushes, but they're effective for beginners. And I was able to just use the brush and stamp blobs of bushes in front and behind each other. That's the brush I use for there. It's just from the hardware store. I'm not sure if it's synthetic. It's not natural, but it's not natural hair, but it just is what it is. And you need to try different brushes and see how they're going to work for you, okay, and practice using them. It's not a matter of just buying a brush and, no, that don't work. You got to put some effort into it and make that brush work for you. And then if you feel it's not going to work for you, then it doesn't work. But you might be surprised and find out it does work for you. And different brushes do different things. I'm loving this cat tongue filbert brush. I call it a cat tongue because it's flat like a cat tongue, but it's a filbert head. And I love what this can do as well, doing the umbrella shapes. Okay, a good friend of mine, he uses, I think, a round or something, or he squashes around. You might be familiar with Len Hen. He does a lot of Australian landscapes. He colours both sides of his brush and chisels it, and he dabs it on in a way where this is same but different, but I'm putting it in my umbrella shapes, pointing it in, and you can sort of see, as a beginner, you can get some decent looking artistic foliage just from this flat filbert, okay? So they're the brushes that I used in that painting, Beverly Sawads. Let's go back to here. Thank you. I thought it was a special brush made for that. No, it wasn't. It's just over time, it's ratted itself out and gone all gnarly looking. I got my little scrumbling brush that I call a beauty because it does beautiful things. That used to be a flat, but over time it's flared out like this, so it's pretty much a small version of this, and it allows me to scrumble and do that kind of stuff and make mist. How do you blur green leafy backgrounds? I want a background blurred and foreground not blurred. Okay, you can use a glaze. This isn't blurred, but see the, I've got a, is it a glaze? I forget what it's called now. Glaze, I think it's a glaze. You can get a glaze. I'm going to demonstrate it in one of my up and coming tutorials, but it virtually, you add it to the color, and the more of that glaze you put into it, the more opaque it makes. So let's just say the very pale green here, you can get that color again and load it up with an amount of this glaze until it's coming opaque, but that color, and you paint over it and it'll sit it back. But I'll get into that into some tutorials here. You can go into your art store and ask questions and educate yourself like that in the art store as well when you're purchasing your art products from an art shop. Practice, all about practicing. Thank you, Angela Young, for telling people that. Get it out there. You can never have enough practice. It doesn't matter how many years you've been painting or how great you think you are. Always remember the master Bruce Lee. He was a perfectionist. I think even Michael Jackson was a perfectionist. But anyway, I get to the point, he didn't become what he was just because he wanted to do it. He practiced it and practiced until he got to where he was. And when he got to a stage, he didn't just stop and go to the next level. He wanted to master that stage before he went to the next level. And that's just something you can put in your mindset when you're thinking of practicing and painting down your journey of art, okay? Bev Sawads, I did purchase some filberts, can't wait to get them. Okay, and when you do get your brushes, give yourself a day, even if it takes. Put the kettle on, have a coffee, and just see how they're going to work for you, what you can do from them, what shapes you can get out of them, okay? Tabitha Williams, mine is plugged in now, okay? It's called resin. I don't know what you're saying about, I don't know if you're talking about the glaze there, but over here it's glaze. I bought some the other day and I'm going to use it. Glazing, I keep hearing about glazing and am wondering what that means, says Barbara Mendes. Do you use paper just for fun? Do you use paper for acrylic? I paint on canvas panels. They're canvas, artist quality canvas glued to the actual canvas panel. I have painted on paper in the past. I would practice on paper, I suppose. They're good to begin and learn on. But if you're going to do a painting that you want some life from, and you want to, I mean, paper does last as well, but if you want a good quality painting, put it on a good quality canvas. All right. Well, thank you, Kathy McHenry. Thanks, Angela. You're welcome, Karen. Yes, the glazing. Yes. Yeah, well, over here we call it a glaze. I bought some yesterday, but it's in the art studio there, so I don't have it with me. But it virtually opaques. The more you add, it'll opaque your paint. And I've got some modelling paste there as well, acrylic modelling paste. Like, I want to start using that in, I was meant to use it in this one because I was going to use it on the rocks to give the rocks a bit more of a dimension and feel. But I forgot to use it in the video. But I bought that as well. And you mix that up with your paint and it'll give it more turns it more pasty. So if you want to do a tree and add bark and the texture to your paint, you can add that modeling paste to it. So I'll be showing them up in some videos when I remember to use it. Anthony, where are we? Ian makes his own canvas panels. Yes, I do. Painting's so relaxing. It is. It's great food for the mind. Dude, what's up? Anthony Hogwash. Anthony Hogwash, he is live. The live is happening. Okay. Thank you, Ian, for being such a gentleman. Take your own time to spend teaching us and encouraging. It really means a lot. Thank you very much. I like the feedback. Well, that's why I do this for, to try and teach you and encourage you. I was taught when I had no experience, and I'm appreciative of that. And I feel I can give something out there, so I like to do it. Don't ever feel hesitant if you want to contact me and ask me questions, because that's what I'm here for. I'll be a bit of a mongrel if I said, no, bugger you, get someone else to do it. If I don't know the answer, I'd say, well, you unfortunately have to find someone else to answer it. I don't know everything, and I won't act like I know everything, but I can only tell you what I know. All right, Karen McHenry, my first painting was the other day. I picked up a 6 foot by 5 foot plywood board, and I used it to board up my windows for hurricanes. Fair enough. I used house paint and did a beach scene. Followed Ian to do it. Good stuff. See, you can use anything. Being artistic is using your mind as well. That's why I say it's food for the mind. Get your mind active and working, and you're thinking, you got your MacGyver cap on and things are happening. Oh, my coffee's gone cold. Lucky it's coffee, because coffee you can handle. Cold tea, I can't drink that cold. Janice Burns is saying hello to Tammy Angela Young. Skyline was great watching you paint it live, and don't forget I have bought it. Okay, yes, that's right. So where are we? Why is that like that?
Bring up your
oh, I better turn the volume down. I wasn't even looking at my monitor. Yes, Anne Young wants that painting. Sorry about that. Where are we? Love your tutorial. So happy to catch the live show, says Charlotte Short. No worries, Charlotte Short. Tammy Sharp, hello, saying hello to Janice and Ange. G'day, Tammy Sharp. Cyber hugs and kisses to you, my love. How would I go about sending some of my work for you to see? You need to be a member of my art group. You can either send a picture to Ange Young, she's one of the admin girls, or you can send it to me direct. If you send it to me direct, it might not get looked at straight away, or there is a possibility it can get lost with the amount of messages I do get. Sometimes things can get lost, so that's a way you can get it to me. All right. Who was that? I've lost it now. It's gone. I just want to let you know you are the man with clouds, says Tammy Sharp. Oh, I just want to let you know you are the man with clouds. Redid my clouds. Have to use a sponge to teach my students. There you go, Tammy Sharp. Thank you for your feedback there, my love. Charlotte Short, I love your tutorial. So happy to catch the live show. You're welcome, Charlotte. Oh, yeah, I've got there, Janice. Hi, Janice and Ange. How would I go about sending you some of... Oh, that was from Rhonda Fulmer. Yes, Rhonda. So you send it through my art group there. Or you can just put it on the group page as a post and say, and tag me in it. And if you can ask in the comment, I mean the title of the painting, if you wanted to ask me something, then it'll direct me to your painting, okay? That way, and it's getting more art on the group as well. That's sweet that you would answer questions, says Heather Dorham. I used a chain and a toothbrush to paint pictures last month. There you go. Please say hi, N-word. Anthony Hogwash, please say the N-word. What is the N-word, Anthony, if it's what you want me to ask you? Sorry, that was my little bro. Okay. Admin here. Increase some. Oh, if you don't know, join us on Facebook. There you go. You can join me on Facebook. Check out the links in the description below if you're watching the replay here. If you want to be in my art group, you're more than welcome to send a request through to join there. There's my video catalogues that are available on my YouTube channel. Over 250, 70 videos there to choose from, to learn from, or just to watch. There's a Patreon page. You can support me on Patrons there. There's a donate link there. What else is there? There's quite a few there anyway. Check them out there. Don't say the N word. I don't know what this means here, so it must be an American thing. I love take time. Okay, where are we? Okay. Love that you take the time to talk with us. Love York. I love York. Oh, I love York Harry, whatever that means. Angela Navarez. You'll have to explain what you're meaning there. I don't know what you mean, my love. Where do people go to buy your paintings, says Barbara Mendes. In the link below, there's paintings available. You go to my Facebook page and you send me a private message saying, Ian, I want to purchase such and such a painting. If you know the number of it, you tell me the number of it. Expect a call from me if you want to purchase one, and we work out details there, and payments are done through PayPal. The price of them at this moment, $69 US, and that includes shipping to your door, postage to your address, okay? So just message me on Facebook. Check the link below to see what's available for purchase. And you can message me and tell me which one you want to buy, okay? Katie Coyne saying, ignore the N-word, Ian and Angela. It's not a nice word. Okay, for some reason. Angela, I will purchase it. I wouldn't purchase it. Carolyn Poise, I don't know what that means. Thank you, Katie. Grayscales. It's the ultimate humiliating word for a colour. Oh, got you. Right. Yeah, well, that's ever going to happen. Thank you for that, Anthony, there. I get you. Okay, I'll put whoever that name was, I'll put them on timeout anyway. Thank you for what you give us. Love your hair, says Angela. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for your comments there. Lovely comment. You love me hair. Yeah, well, I'm 55, and at my age, if you got hair, flaunt it, eh? Don't put a cap on and hide it. All right. Thank you, Anthony, says Janice Burns. Anthony Grayscale is right, says Karen Pollers. There you go. It's good to have people here, because we all come from different diverse places around the world, and we all think different, and we have an understanding and not so much of an understanding somewhere else. And it's good that we can all help each other out here. And yeah, so that's wonderful. Yes, Tabitha, thank you for that. Barry Redburn. Gotta go. It's our anniversary, and I have to get the old girl some jockeys and a book. Restaurant lunch. Thank you. Catch you next. No worries, Gary Redburn. Catch you later, Gary. Gary's got to go and take his missus out and buy some chockies and book a table at a restaurant for lunch. You have a wonderful day, Gary Redburn. All right. Thank you for joining. Take care, Gary. Barry, did I say Gary? Geez, I get some simple things mixed up. Forgive me for that. Did you tell them that you colour your own hair in your garage, says Tammy Sharp? No, I didn't. I cut my own hair and I colour it. A good friend of mine's wife, she's a hairdresser, and she supplies me the product, and I mix it up in my shed, get a comb and comb the colour through when I've cut it the way I want it cut. So yes, I have told them now, Tammy, so they all know if they didn't know. But thanks for popping in by Barbara Mendes. Oh, well, I've put that person on timeout, so whether it was a good thing or bad thing, they can still watch, but they probably can't comment now. So remember, we're not here to be idiots. If you want to do and write something stupid in here, feel free to do it, but you're only going to get kicked out, all right? And yeah, it doesn't go further than that. Anthony, Hogwash needs to go. I've already got rid of Hogwash anyway, so we don't even have to mention his name. Okay. What do I use to condition my brushes? I don't. See, this one, if anything's dry, and I mean, it's clean, but it's dry, and I think that's what's made it that way. It's, if anything, I go to that to do shrubs. I don't condition them. I suppose if I wanted to, there have been the odd time I've soaked them in warm soapy water, and then I've washed them and dabbed them dry. Rhonda Fuller, how can I become a member? How can you become a member of what? Hey Bruce says, Grace Scales, what's the tattoo on your left forearm? My left forearm. Yeah, I've saved the picture. I haven't put it on my group page yet. I've got to do that. It's supposed to be a mosquito that hit the wall at 50 miles an hour and his beak's all bent up. But if anything, it looks like an ice cream cone. What do you mean, Tammy Sharp, about the underwear? Not sure what you mean there. I use Atelier, Heather. I love Atelier paints. Atelier and Matisse I go to for a second, but I love Atelier paints. They're available online. I buy them in Australia here. Okay, so I've got some water here. I want to have a glass of water. How long have we been going for? 46 minutes. That's not too bad. So was there anything else I needed to acknowledge other than the questions? Okay, so yes, so back to the show. Anyway, once again, all my paintings are for sale. Contact me on a private message if you want to purchase one. There are links below. Check them out and see what tickles your fancy there as well, all right? My artwork is on Facebook. Tabitha's telling Rhonda Fulmer. Ian's artwork is on Facebook. Someone was asking, Rhonda Fulmer, how can I become a member? Yes, Rhonda, so if you can tell me what do you want to be a member of, if it's my art group or my Patreon platform, I'm not sure what you're meaning there. After the live show. Angel, Rhonda, go to the links after the live show below to join there. The links are there now. Just if they're not there at the moment, you need to refresh your page because they weren't there in the beginning, but they're there now. Okay, so yes, they're there now. So if you can't see the links in the description below and you're watching the live now, refresh your page and they'll be there. If you're watching the replay of the live, there you go. G'day. Check out the links below. We've hit the thumbs up. We haven't got many people hitting the thumbs up. You can do better than that, I think. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us out. Dave says, hi, Ian. G'day, Dave. How you going? Dave's Tammy's husband. All the best to you and Tammy. Do you still do week that was? I do, but last week was a bit busy for me. And what I'm going to do on my group page, I was filming a short, if anything, a 10-minute maximum long video, editing it together and posting it up on my Facebook group page. I will be doing that, but I'll be doing it live because live will be easier, more direct, and I don't have to edit it and upload it. It's there, all right? So I will be doing the week that was, Bruce, but I'll be doing them live. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, if you're a member of my art group page, at the end of every week, I do a week that was and review the week that was that just happened, and I like to acknowledge new members, give you some stats on the group, say hello to everybody, a bit like that, all right? Thank you. That was the difference between interactive paints opposed to others. What is the difference between interactive paints opposed to others? I'm assuming that when you've painted it, it's easy to be opened again. Put some water or something on it and it opens again. I'm assuming that, okay? I'm not 100% sure, all right? Thank you for the information you're providing. So glad I found you on YouTube, says Stacey Haldeman. You're welcome, Stacey. Thank you for joining me show there. Tabitha Williams saying, Ange, can you share Facebook link to Ian's artwork? There you go, Ange. If you can get my links and just post them as a post on my art group page, because there are links in the announcement, but on my group page, but not everybody remembers to go into the announcements. So we'll get them up on the art group page as a post, and you can knock yourself out there and hit the appropriate link. Typing too fast, Bruce. Brush, I like that name. Because I noticed that your paints say interactive. Yes, so that's what I'm assuming, because I have heard another artist, they open up with another paint. So that's what I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure. Good night. Or says Heather Angela Young. Tabitha, Ian has a link in the announcement area. The Facebook will be putting up a post soon. Tabitha, refresh. You're watching this live show now. Sorry. Refresh your page. Scroll down on your phone and let it bounce back up. Or if you're on the computer, refresh it. You'll come back to the live show here and the links will be there. I would like to know, what is the best paint and brushes to use as a beginner? Do you do paintings? What is the difference? I'm in CA, says Trudy Watson. What is the best paints and brushes for a beginner? Well, you can start off with the cheap paints, but you might get frustrated with them. A good quality paint helps, but go to your art store and buy a brush set and give it a go and start learning with the brushes and find out what brush and brushes will work for you, because everybody's different and everybody has their own different habits in art, and something that works for me totally fine might not work for somebody else. So you need to go and explore with your brushes. But I will say a good quality paint makes a difference. Get yourself some practicing canvas papers and practice on those, and get yourself some good canvases, and when you've done a good amount of practicing and you're ready to put a full painting together, then pull a good canvas out and put it on a good canvas, okay? That's a good name, isn't it? Gamma Mendes. Hi, Ian from Philadelphia, USA. Thanks for sharing your artwork. You are a good teacher and I'm learning so much watching your videos. Thank you very much, Gamma. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I'll give it a go, didn't I, eh? Yay, yeah, I gave it a go. Tammy Lowell, thank you. That must have a conversation going there that I'm not in. I missed. Trudy Watson, thank you. Where's Steve? Steve was pulled in a while ago. I did bring him up to the screen. If you watch the replay of this later on, you'll see him anyway. But Steve's out and about. The door's open and him and Bernard Watson get outside. They sleep inside every night. I don't let them out at night. And they go out every morning and do their morning fertilising and chasing grasshoppers and loving nature. Love me cats. Bloody love them. Rhonda, Steve was in the live before, says Angela Young. Lowell, laughing out loud. Lowell means laughing out loud. Yes, we all know that, Barbara Mendes. William Davis, what is the best way to dry your brushes after cleaning them? Lay them down flat or what? You know what I do, and it's something I could probably share with you. Like, I have a towel. You might notice in my live shows when I go to the sink to wash the paint, I have a towel laying on the bench. Let's say that's the bench. Let's say my hand's the bench. I've washed them, the bigger brushes I've flapped. I lay on the towel. They're just laying there, okay? I better get the edge of it over there so we can explain this. Here we go. Do this, Ian, you idiot. Use that. There we go. Let's say that's on the bench. I lay my brushes there in a row, the smaller ones. And then when I've done, I fold the towel over and I press. And that, they're still damp, but that gets the moisture out of them straight away. And I can sit them back up in my jar, or if you want to leave them laying down, it's up to you. But you don't want to leave them where the hairs can be damaged or pushed, because they'll dry that way. And you never want to leave them resting in a jar or container or a bowl. Okay, so that's how I clean my brushes and dry them. The best way to dry, okay, I read that one. That was for William Davis. Rhonda, I hate that I missed it. Okay, sorry. Which scene's your favourite to paint? Which scenes? I don't know. I think what you know you can accomplish becomes your favourite, because you know you can do it. I've looked at some of my paintings and, you know, I can't remember a lot of them, but I can't really say I have a favourite scene. I just try and do what people would benefit from. I suppose I do put a lot of moons in my skies. It's just an element to add there, but you can either leave it in or leave it out. I do like to tell people, let's say a tutorial of mine, you've watched that, you can add extras into it. You're just using my tutorial as a platform to learn from subject matter, okay? Wasn't sure, a sure Tammy Sharp Ming thing. Oh, assuming, Ian. What are you assuming there, Tammy Sharp? I don't know what you're on about. I've missed a lot of it. That's how I dry my wooden cookie spoon, says Rhonda Fulmer. Okay, thank you very much, says Tabitha Williams. Cynthia Snow, do you wash your brushes with a special soap? No, just water, plain old H2O out of the tap. I've got a couple of containers on my studio table, and these sort of brushes just sit in there and get scrubbed on the screen below and sit in the other one, ready to wipe and use again throughout the tutorial. Or these ones get washed in my sink, but the sink is piped just onto the ground underneath, and when the rubbish builds up, I pick it up and dispose of it. It's not connected to the sewer at all. Okay, Angela Young, thank you, my darling. She's just made another donation there, supporting your live. Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much, Angela Young. Okay, I can show that question from Trudy Watson. When you're painting with your acrylic paint, do you put water on your brush or just use retarder? No, if I put water on my brush, when I'm doing the retarder, that's just mainly in the beginning when I'm going to blend a sky and clouds together or sunset colours. That's the only time I use retarder. I don't use retarder as a thinning agent or to water down my brush. I just use water. So what was that again? When you're painting with your acrylics, do you use water on your brush? Yeah, so, you know, I'm painting a tree or doing something, and if I need it to transfer better, I'll dampen the brush up a bit more to get that paint a little bit thinner. Not too much, but a little bit thinner, just so I get some transferring from the brush onto the canvas a lot better. Because when you're filming, you want things to happen quite quick. Well, I do anyway, but if you're not filming, you've got all day to do a painting, you can just take your time. All right, it's fine. All right, what have we got here? Rhonda Fulmer. Are you familiar with Ferjo? Or his paintings have symbols that you'll see in every one of his pieces? No, I'm not familiar with Ferjo, but I think I know what you're on about, though. Some people put something in all their paintings. Like in the beginning, because I was doing a lot of bush tree things, I was just going to put a bird. Whether you can see it or not, you wouldn't know it's there, but if I told you it was there, then you'll never unsee it. But I was going to put a bird in all of mine, I just didn't carry on with it. But I do know what you mean, but I have not seen that person, no. God, what's that squeak? A big opinion drying paints. Okay, a big opinion going around for drying paintbrushes is people are using old ashtrays, lay them across where the cigarettes would lay. Not a bad idea. Well, there you go. Anything can work, you know. Is Flowtroll, says Karen Poliz, anywhere close to a retarder? Flowtroll virtually gets the thick-bodied, gluggy behaviour of an acrylic to sort of sit and flow. That's what Flowtroll does. I've never used it. It's mainly used in domestic and household paints. I'm pretty sure artist paints might have something for it. I've never used it, so I can't say if it works as a retarder. If you want your paint to stay wet longer and you're using acrylics, you're going and buying acrylic paints, you need to go and buy yourself some retarder if you want it to stay wet longer. Okay? Okay, what's her name there? Carl Monger, hand photos. Ian, I stuff up, I let my paintings dry. It's a good idea to coat paintings with retarder when I recommend painting, especially if I'm going to blend a new sky or shadows with water or water. I recommend painting especially if going to blend. Were you asking something or what? I'll read it again. I stuffed up. Get the cursor off there, Ian. Is it a good idea to coat the painting with retarder? No, I wouldn't. And now the question's gone. With retarder, when I recommence painting, especially if I'm going to do a sky, no, I wouldn't. A lot of my paintings start, well, you've seen the way I do skies. Watch what I've done there. That's what you need to do. That's what works for me. That's all I can say how I would do it. If you're watching other people, there's so many different ways you can do it. You can adopt their way, my way, or your way, okay? Katie Coyne, what do you do with the cigarette butts? Nah. Obviously, I'm a smoker and don't have any spare ashtrays. Okay, fair enough. Trudy Walton, do you prefer acrylic paint or oil paints? Can you describe the difference for you? I've never painted in oils. I'm acrylic only, and so I can't comment on how oils work. Okay, there are painters out there that do both mediums, but I'm an acrylic painter. Hence why I call myself and have been labelled as the acrylic guru. All right. Where else are we up to? Rhonda Fulmer. Oh, did you swallow? Yeah, had a. You know what? It's bloody annoying. When you go live, you'll always have a humbug in your throat, or you'll get a runny nose going, and your needs to snort the living buggery out of it. Or like then, I've got a squeaky thing happening there. These things that happen with your live. They always get me. Bev Sowers, had no idea I smoke too. Yeah, a lot of people smoke. Nothing wrong with smoking. I smoke. I'm a smoker. What program do you use to make your reference pictures? Says Cynthia Snow. Rosie Eckhart, thank you very much, my love. Hugs and kisses to you. She's just made a donation here. Thank you for your support, Rosie. What program do I use? It's a program called Procreate. You do have to purchase it. You need a touch screen and a pen for it to work, and then there's a bit of it cost me about $1,500 in total. It's not cheap, and then you've got to learn how to use the damn thing. But I've worked out, because before I used to doodle an image in pen on a little piece of paper, but where now instead of going and painting a painting and seeing if the colors are going to work, I use that program, and I can use different colors, design a painting on the program there to see how my paintings are going to look color wise, and I use them as a reference picture as well. And it's a way I can create my own original work. What was this one here? Floetrol makes the paint smooth out on the canvas. Yeah, it makes it smooth out like an enamel paint. It extends the paint. People use it for acrylic pouring as opposed to science pouring or scenic pouring, scenic paintings. Well, there you go. Barbara Mendes has answered someone's question there. Too funny, Ian. Hi Ian, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm well too, because when you're not well, you don't feel very good, and it's not good when you don't feel good, but I'm pretty sure I'm well. Thank you very much for your, hope you're well. Who was that? Patricia Lewis. Thank you, Patricia. William, just smile, Bruce Anderson says. William, just smile, all right? Smile. Costs you nothing to smile, eh? It costs you nothing to be happy. And it costs you nothing to be arty. It's great. You know, what is it? Where are we? Barbara, yes. Floetrol paints. Okay, there we go. I'm just looking for some questions here. Hello, my favourite guru. What is the best brush you use for small detail? I like the little filberts I was explaining in this painting. You can get different size filberts. They're good for doing all sorts. See this foliage here. I mean, it's just a simple painting, but I love what it can do there. See the green and the yellow and the black? I'd have to say my filbert's one of my favourite brushes there. Why isn't that scrolling down? I've lost some questions here. Bruce, what kind of... was kind of disheartening though. Whatever. I was also commenting. I usually watch Bob Ross, but you have taught me a lot of tips too. I will make donations when I have. That's fine, Trudy Wilson. You're not obliged. You don't have to. It's just something that YouTube's put on for us creators to take advantage of, and it's just something there, and some people love to support us and throw a bit of coin our way, so that's what it's all about. Don't feel bad if you can't. You know, I'm just here to teach you, all right? That's what it's all about. Trudy Watson, I also watch... I've just read that one. This message was held for review. Okay, and Chrissy Atkinson is asking, what do you use as retarder? Love your videos all the way from the USA. Thank you very much, Chrissy, for your feedback there. What do I use as retarder? I use retarder. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's a retarder. It slows down the drying time. That's why they call it retarder, because the word retard means slow, to slow. You're slowing something down. Okay. Okay, read that one. Barbara, I had some acrylic already mixed with Floetrol, attempt pouring on the background for scenic painting. I found that it tend to peel. Well, there you go. So it wouldn't mix very well with unfloetrol paint. Trudy Watson, I like your performance to us that would love to paint and would love to paint like you. Thank you very much, Trudy Watson. William, yes, what Bruce said, just smile. There we go. Someone's asking someone to smile. Barbara, thanks for that tip. You're welcome. Thank you. Say my name. I love how you say my name. Oh, Rhonda Fulmer. G'day, Rhonda Fulmer. Here you go. Here you go, Rhonda Fulmer. Got Tammy Sharp there. Sharp has attacked that girl there, eh? Tammy Sharp and her husband Dave. We got Barbara Mendes, Trudy Watson, Angela Young, Patricia Lewis, Bruce Anderson. They're all there. Cynthia Snow. Yep, they're all there. Can describe what gesso is, says Trudy Watson. Do you do flower paintings? No, I don't. I haven't really got into florals. Not that I've got nothing against it. I just haven't done them. Can you describe what gesso is? Gesso, to me, there's a white and a black gesso. I use the black gesso just to paint my background board that my canvas sits on, just for filming purposes. But it's pretty much a matte paint, or you can prime up a surface with it ready to put an acrylic painting on. That's what I would use it for. So let's just say you've got a raw piece of wood, all right, and you think, you know what, I'd like to paint on that bit of wood and I'm going to paint on it. So what you do, the simplest and the normalest thing to do is grab some gesso, whether it's black or white, all right, paint it with gesso, a couple of coats if you want, let it dry, bang, you got a surface ready to do an acrylic painting on. Or you can even do an underpainting and then detail it in oil. You can paint oils over acrylic paint. You cannot paint acrylic over oils. It'll just sort of try and sit there, but it won't. It just won't happen. It'll get told to bugger off. Oil don't like acrylic, but acrylic like oils, all right? What do we got here? Quick essence. What is related? What is retarder and what do you use it for? Chrissy Atkins. She wants to know what is retarder and what do you use it? And why do you use it? Well, like I said before, retarder is a medium that slows down the drying time of acrylic paints because they can dry very fast, where oils take a long time to dry. And why do you use it? And I use it to do, see how these clouds look in acrylic? I can get that sort of finish with the retarder. If you've watched my videos, you've seen how I prep the canvas ready to put a sky and clouds on. That's why I use it. Angela's just put a question there, Chrissy, as well, letting you know that how I use retarder and whatever. So there, she's answered a question there for you. Retarder, says Chrissy Atkinson's. Yeah, it's spelt retarder, but we all have our own accents and slang, so I'll say retarder. Retarder. All right. What is tempera paint good for? Says Trudy Watson. Don't know. You know what? I've never used tempera paint, so I don't know. I can't answer that question. So sorry for being honest, but I can't answer it. Sorry. Someone else in here might be able to answer that for you. We've been going for 71 minutes. Not too bad. Cynthia, just with basic tutorials. Ian has a few in his YouTube channel. Look for simple tutorials. Yes, I have some quite basic ones. I've had some for advanced beginners. I've got a mixed array out there, so check the links in the description below for my videos there, and you'll just see what different ones I have, and get used to my playlist, or save my playlist, and then they're all grouped together and you can watch them at your own apparel there. Have a class tomorrow. Good night, Tammy Sharp. All the best to you, my love. Tempera paint is similar to poster paint. Okay, so what was that? What do you think of tempera or something? Oh, I've lost it now. Golly. I only use it for prepping up my canvas with the retarder. I paint it white. I use that paint there. Yeah, what Trudy? Tempera is for posters, watery, blah, blah, blah. Thumbs up, people, says Nana Tink Treasure. Thank you, Nana Tink Treasure. So Tammy Sharp had to say good night. I have to run at night. Or peace, Ian. Love and share. Or good night, Bruce. Good night, Bruce. Good night, Tammy. They're all saying good night. So is there any other questions there you need to spit at me? Once again, I'd just like to thank Ali Johnson for supporting my content and becoming a patron of mine. There's a link in the description below. It's a platform where you can become a patron and support my content every month, okay? And don't feel bad. Some people come, new people come, and other people leave it. You're not obligated to stay there, but don't feel bad if you have to go. Everyone has their own commitments in life, okay? What else was there? Be sure to credit other artists when you're sharing their work, or if you've used it as a reference there, okay? Or if you're using their tutorials. If you've done a tutorial of mine or that person, just say, I was inspired by such and such's tutorial, blah, blah, blah. just remember these simple but effective habits you can do and support each other and have fun on my art group, okay? And don't be shy to post pictures of yourself because it's about you and your art, all right? Do you do pouring painting, says Trudy Watson. No, I've never done pouring. I haven't really been gravitated to it. I've just done brush canvas paintings. That's all I've ever done. He doesn't. I asked that last week, says Karen Poliz. Yeah, but that's fine. New people come every week, so ask away. That's what it's for, and I'm here to try and answer your questions. Any advice on how to get kids started and interested in learning to paint? I suppose depending on their age, you'd have to try and make it interesting for them, because as a parent we want the best for our children, but sometimes we can get caught in spoiling them too much. And it's like I see, you know, you get the typical mother at the shopping centre and the kids scream, can I have this? And they go, no you cannot, and the kids are screaming. The worst thing you can say to a child is no. You can just simply say, yes, but another time. Be calm. Try and make it interesting, I suppose, and see what they think of it. I mean, they do a lot of art at school. Maybe they can further from that, or maybe they didn't like it at school, so they might not have an interest in it. It's very hard for me to answer that. So, but all I can say is try and make it interesting for them. But so well as Trudy. I think tempera paint is more like poster paint as opposed to acrylic paints for canvases. Gummer Sindo. Thanks, Ian, for taking your time. Hope to see you next week. Yes, you will see me next week. Good night, my friend. Thank you very much, Gummer Sindo. Ian, I have basic beginner tutorials to choose from out there. Angela Young saying to Denny, yes I do. What's that one there? There's the Area 51 game saying hello. All right, hello Area 51. How are you? Okay, thank you for your time answering my question. You're welcome, Trudy Watson. Very welcome. You're very welcome. Check out the beginner's lessons. Do you have any member paintings to show? No, no one sent any in. If you want any, if you're a patron of mine and you want me to show your paintings on my live shows, you send them to me you send them directly to me in a message on Facebook, private message, and tell me you're a patron. And you just have to say, I'm a patron, here's a painting for the Friday Night Live. That easy, eh? I'm telling you. Paintings that I've talked about. Bob Ross, does anyone know why? Oh, okay. William Davis is saying, painters that I have talked about, no, paintings I have talked with, talk bad about Bob Ross. Does anyone know why? Don't know why. People as popular as Bob Ross would have these lovers and haters, I suppose. That's all I can reckon it boils down to. People get somewhere and then they see someone else building up and they like to pull them down. There's people like that. That's just the way people are. I know I like to keep on an even playing field with my followers, all right? I don't know why people put Bob Ross down. I'm sure I know I get my fair share of people putting me down, telling me I go through the list on YouTube, and you know you got your weird followers and your haters there trying to pull me down, but people are just like that. I think got nothing better to do. Consider Bob Ross art at hotels. Not serious for they're very jealous of his. Yeah, there you go. Like Grayscales is saying. You know, they might be simple paintings to do or basic, but they're just jealous of his success. I mean, I did read somewhere, Bob Ross got famous for painting the same subject over and over, but he's showing people how to paint. And that's his forte. If people are into florals or portraits, that's their forte. Mine is probably what I do. I know I've been criticised for painting the same thing over and over again as well, but tough titties, eh? That's what I do. I'm doing it for free on YouTube. So I say to those people, I don't know, Bob Ross ain't here to answer that question, but I say to those people, if you don't like what I do, don't tell me, you tell everybody and bugger off, all right? That easy. You don't have to watch it. But if you love watching it and hating it, good on you, idiot. Bingo says grayscales. What is the difference between student grade acrylics versus professional? Well, I think the difference is professional paint is a better quality. I'm telling you this because I know it. Student paint is pretty much a cheap paint, all right? It's something you can practice on. It's something you buy in bulk if you've got kids in school, things like that. It's cheap. You can get something out of it, but a good quality paint would give you a better quality painting, all right? So the student quality is here, and the artist quality or professional quality is way up here, all right? Bob Ross Rocks says, Judy Watson, good on you, Judy. Yes, I've done two tributes to Bob Ross, because a lot of people have commented you should do a tribute, or Bob Ross says, yeah, why not? So I've done that. Bob Ross never sold his paintings though. Yeah, well, they're probably worth a fair bit now because he's not around with us. I think he's I'm not sure, but I did see a clip somewhere where they're all in boxes everywhere. There's thousands of them, and he did obviously 3 per episode. He did a practice painting, a painting for the show, and then a painting off camera. But yeah. I love your skitty line, your city line, and your ocean waterfall. Thank you very much. Professional paints have a higher pigment load as well. Yes, Mary Smith. I was going to touch that in the question as well. They do. The better quality, they've got more pigment in them as well. They're not as opaque. Or over here we have series 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the higher the series, the more expensive the paint is, but in the same brand. Ian, love your style. Thank you very much, Angela. Bob Ross painting is going for 10,000. There you go. See, as an example on that, like, I know I'm a bit popular around the place. My paintings are what they are. Let's say 25 years from now, if I'm not around, but I'm from this popular way up there, you know, my paintings will probably be worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's just the way things happen. All right, I'm alive. Dead, as they say, dead artists don't need your money, but live artists do. It just is what it is, isn't it? Ian, I've got to run. Thank you very much, William. Rhonda, I've been painting all that long, and I use cheap 50-cent paintings, and just get your time is precious to us. Have a good weekend and good night. Thank you very much, William. Oh, I read part of that question, and part of the other one was one question. That was a bit okay, Rhonda Fuller. She gets by with cheaper paints. That's why I was going to say that. If you have the ability to make a cheap paint work for you, that's great. It doesn't mean it will never work. If you can make it work, you can make it work, and that's even better for you. Never sold a single painting. Bob Ross Company owns all of them and will not sell them to anyone. Okay, there you go. So obviously the Bob Ross Company owns them, and they're probably looking at them as treasure troves, and then probably the older they get, the dearer they will become. I've watched a lot of artists, and you are a very awesome teacher, and think for all of us. Thank you very much for that feedback, Trudy. Angela Young saying bye to William. William saying bye to Angela Young. What have we got there? 83 minutes. Or I think I might start wrapping it up, because it's been a good live Q&A super chat, this one. So be sure to check out the links in the description below. Share my videos on your social network there. And like I say to everybody, if you like what I'm doing, you tell your friends. But if I've offended you in any way and you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody, all right? All the best. Goodbye, good luck, and good on you. All righty. Now I've got to turn around to the back of the camera, if I can get that cross. And it's Uru from the guru.